So it's just been a lot of pressure, you know, that I've been dealing with these few years and these past few months. And it's just really taken a toll on me. I've been looking for a job for a while. My rent increased by $120, which is insane to me that these landlords want so much money to live in a crappy ass apartment. $120 increase. So I'm almost paying $800 in rent, which is really fucking ridiculous. And I'm sure you guys can, attest to the prices of inflation and everything has just gone up crazy. I remember eggs used to be like $1, but now they're almost $3. And the salaries that we make on these jobs don't compensate or don't level up to the amount of bills we got to pay and or the increase in rent. And it's really sad that the government is not trying to help us. They do things here and there, but it's not enough to live a sustainable life. And it's really hard to live and keep trying to survive and acting like you're okay when in reality I'm not okay. You know, we'll get to the good parts at the end of the video, but I wanted to just kind of vent today, and that's what essentially what the other two guys was going to do if they was here with me today. But I'm by myself today. But I'm sure you guys can attest to increases in gas, rent, different utility bills. It's really getting hard out here for everybody. And you have to do whatever you can. You have to start side hustles. You got to start businesses. You know, it's really getting tough out here. I mean, I think that I think the economy is going to get really, really bad before it gets good. But and when you go and apply for these different jobs, because you damn near got to work two or three jobs just to make it, just to put food and pay your bills, which is really sad. But I told myself I am not working no two or three damn jobs. I'm not gonna do that. Um, you know, Luckily I was able to find a job and it pays pretty good and it's gonna pay the bills. But, thinking long term, I want something better for myself. And, say a surprise later on that I got with you guys. But I think that it's getting really hard out here for everybody. I have to sometimes you have to spend money on credit cards just to make it. I had two credit cards and I had to recently shut it down because I didn't have enough for them, quite frankly. I didn't have enough to pay for them and I maxed those bitches out. I really did. Um, and that's why I had to close them down because it was just getting more and more and more debt for me. And that's not something you want to do. You want to try to figure out a solution to your problem before you get even in more debt. So I maxed those bitches out and I closed the accounts down after that because I had to do what I had to do to survive. But I think that life also has shown you how to survive. If there's one thing I do know how to do is survive. I know how to hustle to make money, legitimate ways, not illegal ways, but legitimate ways. I'll have a business. I do writing on the side. I do focus groups. I do everything I can to make it in this life because the government essentially doesn't care about us. They don't care about us. You know, we can starve and die tomorrow and they move on like it ain't nothing. And then did you guys notice that they voted for America? They don't think that America should eat. We shouldn't eat? Really? That's sad. We have to eat. An essential. That's essential for us to do that. We have to eat in this life. But it will get better for you. I promise. You have to have a mindset of things going to get better for you. And I've been into some really tough times these past few months. But if 2023 has shown me is how to survive, how to keep moving, because you never know when an opportunity is going to break. If you show up, put in the work, connect, meet people, you will find a way out of your situation. And I'm sure you guys are probably struggling as well too. It's embarrassing to talk about finances. It's embarrassing to talk about your struggles. But on the men's talk show, we create a safe space for men to talk about whatever they want to talk about to us. They can even message us if they don't feel comfortable. And I know we always say men can talk to us, but if women are struggling too, they can talk to us. But we really made this platform for men because men, we don't know how to speak up. We don't know how to voice our opinions very well. But this is an opportunity to do that. And, the economy is probably going to get worse. If you don't find a way to survive financially. And, I found a way. It's not probably, it's probably not the most, sustainable way to do it, but I've been finding ways to survive because you have to take care of yourself. And then when you go and apply for some of these jobs, I've been looking for jobs for months. And when you go and apply to some of these jobs, they are not, a living wage. And then some of the jobs you apply for, they don't even they don't even tell you what you're going to be making until you're in the interview. Or some of these jobs want you to have a bachelor's degree or associate's degree. And some people may not even have that. And then what are you going to do? You have to go back to square one and just keep applying until something to fit you. And then even when you do one and two, three interviews, the third interview may not even go well. So it's just I say all that to say that the employers need to do a better job of making the interview process less shorter. We don't have time, especially if you're in a hard predicament and you don't have no food, you don't have no house or whatever. We don't have time to go through 5 and 6 different interviews just to tell you ain't gonna get the fucking job. Why is it like that? It should not be that hard to get a job. 5 and 6 interviews just to tell you you're not gonna get a job. And don't even get me started on about the job descriptions themselves. An entry level job does not require 3 to 4 fucking years of experience. I can't get the job if you don't give me the job. An entry level job is something that you can get your foot in without a lot of experience. And I don't understand why they say entry level is 3 to 4 years of experience. That would be more of a seasoned person that kind of knows what they're already doing. So they need to remodel that and change that in the job description because that's not entry level. It's getting tough and hard to just even find a job nowadays. But you have to have hope. You have to know that things are going to get better for you no matter what situation you are in. And I promise you that if you keep working hard, you keep struggling, you keep, doing the best that you can and showing up every day, things is going to get better for you. But if you give up, then you ain't gonna never see anything. If you give up, and I know it's hard, it's easier said than done. I don't know everybody's situations, but I do know that if you keep being persistent, you will find the things that you're looking for, or things will come to you that you're seeking. I do a lot of meditation. I do prayers. I do everything I can to keep going, even when times are tough. And I want you guys to know that if you ever need anything, you can come to me and I will listen, because I know a lot of people don't have, somebody to go to into their time of need. So I can be that person, you know. I know that the economy is bad right now and people doing whatever they can to make it. And I'm not going to judge you for that. That's your prerogative. You have to do what you have to do to survive. But just try to do things legally if you can. I know it's hard. I know it's tough and you want to just take the shortcuts, but I promise you that won't be the good way, you know. But I do have hope for the future. I hope that whatever you're going through right now, things do get better for whoever's watching this. Things can be hard right now, but you have to have the mindset that they won't always be that way. You have to have the tenacity to keep going, even when things is tough, even when things is rough, even when you at your last breaking point. Because you give up, you never know what tomorrow's going to bring. You never know. If you put that last job application in, that might just be the luck of your draw. If you, and also you have to think about, to survive in life, you also have to think about lowering your expenses. So don't get in credit card debt. As much as that is tempting to just take out a credit card, take out a loan, all those things have to be paid back, and you're just gonna increase your debt and it's gonna hurt your credit score. So, it's very tempting to do those things, but I'm here to tell you from firsthand experience, don't do that. Pay your minimum balance every month because it will accumulate with those interest fees. And then you'll be even in more debt and the interest keeps going up. But and there's another thing that I'm gonna be ranting about is just how the rich keep getting rich and the poor keep getting poor. I don't understand that philosophy in life. I understand it, but it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be where only the rich is getting richer and the poor is getting poor. There's so many celebrities out here with the PP loan scamming the systems. So many of the big corporations scamming the systems. And they can get away with that shit. But then when people go and apply for it, say me or you, they got to pay that shit back. They got to pay all that money back because frankly, this didn't happen to me, but I know a lot of people it did too. And, they facing some really charges right now. And so if you did do that illegally, I go judge you, but you have to understand, the consequences of the actions. It's hard out here, but you don't want to do anything illegal. But it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be I think the whole economy needs to be restructured where everybody benefits, because it's going to be a lot more scamming. It's going to be a lot of more scheming if the economy does not shape up in the next 1 or 2 years. People going to be doing everything they can to survive, robbing, stealing, and killing. And that's not gonna help us because it's gonna be more crime. It's gonna be more people you gotta watch out for everything. You can't trust people like that. But I just think that the economy needs to be restructured because the top 1 or 2% people shouldn't be keep getting richer. All of the wealth needs to be distributed. And when election comes up, I'm always going to vote for who I am. I'm not going to say who I'm going to vote for because that's my prerogative and it's been irrelevant. But whoever you vote for, just make sure that they're looking out for everybody. And I know you can say that no government really cares about everybody, but not everybody in the government doesn't care. It's probably a few people that really do care. And so it is probably some good politicians in the life, but not to get too political. I do see that you just have to vote for the right person so things can get better in this economy. But I open the question to you all guys. How do you feel about things are going in this life? Are you struggling? Are you working two or three jobs just to make ends meet? Are you not getting paid enough on your jobs? Because that's another issue. I can get the job if I got the experience. If I'm working hard, I can get a promotion. But when I get to the top, will I get paid even more than I'm actually worth? Or will I just get paid a 5% raise or 2%? Because you when you advance up in the company, you would hope that the salary increase by 10,000 or two or 12,000 or even higher than that. Not 1 or 2%. You got to look at that in the jobs because that's not going to help people to live. It's going to make people not want to stay at their jobs. And then there's another issue with just being burned out on these jobs. I know I was one of them. That's why I had recently quit my job because I was burned out. I was tired. All the stress that came with it. And then I wasn't getting paid enough for what I was doing, in my opinion. I got 2 degrees. 2 degrees. I should be getting paid more than $50,000 a year. 7 years of college wasn't worth my time. Was it worth my time? Yes and no. Yes, because I was able to get the education to get these jobs, these high-paying jobs. But then when I get on the jobs, they want you to do so much more than above your pay rate. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. I can't survive off of $50,000 a year, let alone less than that. I know some of y'all make less than that, but the pay in the job has to change. The job recruiters and all of that has to change. The whole economy needs to be restructured. That needs to be changed. So much shit that I could say and go on for hours, but I'm not going to because I don't want to bore you guys. But those are the things that need to be focused on in life so people can have a more sustainable life and so people can get out of this debt and come up in life. Yes, it's not the government's, you know, priority to take care of us, but in such a way they have a responsibility to the people because we elected those people in the offices. So we are the constituents. We voted for those people to be in there. We have a say in what should and can happen in this society. And it needs to be it just needs to be restructured. So I leave the question up to you guys once again. Do you guys want to see a better future? Do you guys want to see an increase in your pay wages that's going to match this inflation? Because, inflation is just going up crazy. Do you guys want to see a change in the economy? Do you guys want to see changes in the job market on these job applications? Those things need to be changed, or else it's gonna always be the rich are getting rich and the poor are getting poor. And I'm fucking tired of that. Let's change this. We got to change this narrative that the rich is getting rich and the poor is getting poor. This shouldn't be that way. The wealth should be distributed towards everybody in this life. But I know a lot of people can say you got to work hard to get to create very wealth, and you do have to. You do have to do that. But it's hard just to get to that certain level. But what I can say and honestly say is that if you put your mind to it, if you connect to the right people, because it's about connecting to the right people as well, too. You got to connect to the right people in order to get you to where you need to be at, too. You have to be ready and set and go. You want to have your business plan. You want to have everything you can if you're trying to get a business started for yourself. So when you meet the right people, you're ready to go. You're ready for the investments and all that. You're ready for people to see what your ideas is about so you can come up in life as well too. But I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. What are you guys are struggling with the most? Is it rent, gas, putting food on your table? Even if you are working, 3, 4 jobs, is that healthy for you? Are you burned out? Are you tired? You shouldn't have to work 3 jobs just to make it in life. That's where it goes back to the government making it wealth more equal for everybody. But of course, you have to work hard for that. But I'm gonna leave it on to you guys. I need you to honestly tell me how you're feeling. I don't care if it's rough. I don't care how it sounds. Let me know in the comment section. Let me know on TikTok, on Instagram, YouTube, whatever it is. Let me know how you guys doing mentally. Because I tell you, these months have been rough for me, and I'm sure it's been rough for you guys. But on that note, I want to thank every one of our subscribers that's been subscribing to our channel. That's been very helpful for us. We are seeing growth in our Instagram. We are seeing growth in our YouTube channel. We are seeing growth in our TikTok channel, Facebook channel. You're seeing growth. But we need you guys to keep tuning in so we can talk about these issues. Because it's very important that you do that. It's very important that you tune in every other week to watch these videos. Because we're making changes in guys' life that it's okay to talk about your feelings. You want to be angry. You can be happy. You can be confused. You can be all of that all at once. We don't care. We did a episode about that a couple of weeks ago. You can be angry. You can say how you really feeling. Because in this economy, you should feel angry. After what I just discussed, I'm fucking angry. Are you angry? You can tell me. You can vent to me. You can talk. You can just type in all bold letters if you want to, in all uppercases. I don't care what it takes. Just let me know how you guys are doing mentally. But let's go on a positive note. I did get a new job, and I'm happy about that. Got some other side projects that I'm going to be working on. Got some new things that I'm going to be doing for the men's talk show for next year that I'm planning this year. The guys are going to be planning it with me too. We're gonna be doing a lot of good things that's gonna help you guys mentally. I promise you. Just let me take some couple of months. The season ends in October. We'll be back the following year. We have a lot of things planned for season 2. I'm so excited about next year. I just can't wait till we get here. I'm so excited about helping you guys and expanding the show and keep reaching other guys. I'm so excited about just all the things I have in store. But on that note, I just want to thank you guys for watching, continue to showing up, continue to honestly tell me what's going on in your life. You may not even know me, but I hope to get to know you guys. I want you guys to keep showing up and telling me. Be vulnerable. It's okay. Because I was vulnerable today too. Have a good one.